My name is Olivia, and I did Isabelle's Psychic Development Masterclass online. My first impression when I came across Isabelle was she was a patient and kind teacher, and that was something I was looking for. Someone who was just starting out, I would suggest Isabelle. Someone who needed the patience and the reassurance that every beginner needs, I feel like, Isabelle's the right choice for that. Since the masterclass, I have implemented some things I've learned from Isabelle, such as journaling every night and being more conscious of my intuition instead of just second guessing myself like I have done in the past. Since the development, the most significant shift that I've had is just being aware of my own intuition instead of second guessing. I have learned to journal and take note of my thoughts and feelings versus just saying, oh, that was just my imagination. The transformation for me since watching the videos, I have had more confidence in my abilities. I am able to trust my instincts more, and I have the tools to use to move forward in my learning. The experience with the masterclass was something that I have never experienced before, with the visuals as well as Isabelle talking through everything. It made it so easy to follow and stay engaged. I felt most supported when I could watch the videos on each of the clairs and go in and do the techniques. My most significant aha moments were when Isabelle was describing what intuition would feel like. I always just dismissed that as just, oh, that's my own imagination. And then when Isabelle was describing how the first thought that came to your mind was what you should be leading into, I was like, oh, okay, that wasn't just me. What makes Isabelle different from other spiritual teachers is the patience and the PowerPoints that go along with everything Isabelle is talking about, so you can follow instead of just assuming that you know what each clair meant or what color your chakra should be. Isabelle explained it so perfectly, so I was able to visualize and stay where I needed to be at each point of the development. The masterclass has enabled me to take time for myself to set aside my abilities each day. For example, journaling has now been a practice that I have been actively using to make predictions for the next day, something that I would never have thought of doing. Just something as simple as that, to start leaning more into my intuition and to set that time aside for myself. Just that small thing has made such a large difference. My favorite part of the development was the intuition test. Even though I didn't get everything right, when I did get a number correct, I had written it down and it turned out to be the number, I was so proud of myself and so excited, like, it was just my favorite part. It was a pleasure working with Isabelle because, like I said, there was no one I've worked with before who was much as patient, as kind, and explained everything with such clarity, so I knew right where I needed to be. My favorite feature was how the videos were separate for each clair, so you could go back and watch them without having to skip forward into the masterclass, if that makes sense. So you knew right where you were. They were just right at the bottom. You didn't have to go searching very far. It was so easy and something that I could go back and listen to the tuning forks and use again and again when I wanted to go back into each chakra and each ability. My favorite part was practicing each day and seeing how many predictions that I did get right in each day. Even though it wasn't a lot, it was like, oh, I got that right. I did that. I think Isabelle stands out because she knows where to start, instead of just assuming that everyone has knowledge of the spiritual and the different terminologies that every other teacher I followed uses. The explanations and the step-by-step visuals to make everything make sense. I've taken other classes where everyone just assumes you know all the terminology or assumes you know what color each chakra should be. It was very easy to follow as a beginner.